Welcome to our recollection in this month of November. As we have taken our time to reflect on the spirituality of the feminine or feminine spirituality in this month of November, I invite all of us to reflect on the spirituality of Mother Earth. The grace that we are asking for this recollection is to be aware and grateful to the Mother Earth as our origin and destiny, in a particular way, to prepare ourselves in this Advent season to welcome Jesus as a Christ Cosmos. The resources that I am taking for this recollection mainly from two books from Monica Joe and Barbara Moore with the title The Great Cosmic Mother, and from Thomas Berry, The Sacred Universe. This recollection is divided into two parts. We will take our time to reflect in the first part, spirituality of Mother Earth, and in the second part, we will reflect on the human spirit within Mother Earth spirit. So now, let us move to the first part, spirituality of Mother Earth. In this part, I will explain a little the definition of the spirituality of Mother Earth, and we will go further, female cosmology, the creation of the universe. And in the third part, we will view the story of creation in the evolution perspective, and I will give you some reflection. So now let us move to the first part, some definition. When we speak about the spirituality of the earth, we are referring to the quality of earth. Earth is the material principle where we are born and formed with other creators. So simply we can say that from Mother Earth we have this life, this energy, that spirit that continue to nurture us. So we can say that the earth is our origin, our nourishment, but at the same time our educator and healer for our fulfillment. So the core, or even our spirituality itself, is derived from the spirituality of the Mother Earth. So the human spirit is the spirit that coming from the spirit of Mother Earth. So if we simply look at this word, then you cannot simply say that this word is merely things. Why? Because every being in this world is divine, because having the spirit from the Mother Earth, nurtured by Mother Earth, and every being has the presence and the presence for others surrounding, because we all living things coming from the same source, that is the Mother Earth, and we also will return to the same source, that is our Mother. So we can say that when we talk about the spirituality of Mother Earth, I would say the ultimate goal of the spirituality is a mode of being in communion with the spirit of Mother Earth, in communion with the spirit of all living things upon the earth, that together we are in communion with the greater spirit who created this world. So this is the definition of the spirituality. Now let us move to the second part, female cosmology, the creation of the universe. It is interesting because when we talk about the earth, the Latin word is terra, is a feminine word. So it is called Mother Earth, not the Father Earth. So the spirit of the earth, the cosmic, the universe, is the feminine spirit that continue to give life to all of us. So in this feminine perspective, we can say that the spirit of this world is a feminine spirit that give life to all life in this world. And if you go back to the ancient time, people in ancient time look at this world not as a thing, but as a living. So the world is the great animal inhabited by the life spirit or soul subsistence, where the all phenomena in manifestation of the divine force, which is give the life, but also transform the life after death. So the earth spirit is the central of transformer of all life energy into the multiplication of the life form and continue to give the life to this world. In Gia hypothesis is said that earth is defined as a living, breathing, corresponding body, creating its own atmosphere, filling its own needs, and relieving its own distress. So the Mother Earth itself is a stable and full of desire, energy, spirit that continue to give life to all this earth. It is interesting because the earth, which is by Galileo, is a globe, and this opinion of Galileo in somehow is contradict with the opinion of the church before, because the church look at this earth as a square. And when Galileo speak about the globe, it is symbolizing an egg, which is within this egg, the globe, the energy is continue to move, continue to transform, continue to nurture, continue to protect, and even continue to heal. So this Mother Earth, let us say, putting in this context of globe, you can see it can be pictured as a mother who is laying down on this earth, and every part of this mother give life to the people. The surface of this earth, where there is water, where there is soil, where is mountain, and any other things, all are showing to us like a mother who is giving the life to all living things, nurturing the all living things, and continue to grow to the fullness of their life. So this is what can we see in the second one. And now let us move to the third part, viewing the creation story in the evolution perspective. As all of us know very well, that Genesis is the book of the Old Testament, is written in Hebrew. So there is Hebrew culture within this book of Genesis. And in the Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 to verses 7, we discover the creation story. And interesting because in the chapter 1, verses 1, it is written there that in the beginning God created heaven and earth. And Mother Earth is formless, empty, dark, covered the ocean and water. And on the third day, God create, coming from the soil, the flow of living of the grass and the seed, the plant. The third day, from the Mother Earth coming the grass and the plant with the seed. And in the fifth day, from the Mother Earth coming the animals from the earth and on the earth. And in the fifth day, God created men and women from the soil. So if we see in the creation story that all living things upon this earth are coming from this energy of Mother Earth. The Mother Earth is full of energy that give life, that nurture life to all living things on this earth. So this universe, let us say, is the multiplication of the individual realities, both in quantities and qualities, differences, which is all inflamed by the spirit of the Mother Earth. So these species are related to one another. As all of us know, in the theory of Newton, the gravity within all the things on Earth, which is just to show to us that within all living things there is connection, because this connection is coming from the Mother Earth. And if we put the evolution according to Darwin theory, it is said that plant emerged upon the land in some 600 million years ago, and animals came ashore a brief interval after that. And on 100 million years, the flowers appear and the full of beauty on earth begin to manifest itself. And in some 60 million years, the birds in the air and the mammal walk through the forest. And some mammal whales, which is living in the sea, and dolphin and other living things. And relatively, let us say, the form of expression brought to the human discovery of the technology. So the first human come to be together, and living together, they begin to create a culture where all of them search the food and the animal for their living. But as they continue to live together, they form a culture, which is a culture that creates the development of the human. And let us say that approximately 400 years ago, a new stage of scientific development took place, which brought about the human technology dominance on Earth, which is a mess. So by having this technology, human in somehow placing him or herself a little higher with other creatures, which is in somehow in the creation story, humans should be responsible in taking care other living things. But in contrary, by having this technology, in many ways, human destroy this Mother Earth, violated this Mother Earth. So increasing intensively exploitation of the earth is the rising of the expectation of the Western people. Furthermore, the Darwin principle of the natural selection encourages the attitude of each individual and each species struggle for their life. So this technology aids in somehow creating conflict even within human itself. There is war because people try to fight in order to get what they want. And this conflict created between human in somehow violated the Mother Earth. So this is what we have in the third part. So as a reflection, I would like to give you 3 questions. As we have listened that our origin is coming from the earth, and we also will return to earth like other creatures. How far your attitude toward the Mother Earth? Are you close enough to the Mother Earth by touching the soil, or you are being alienated from the Mother Earth? Second, in everyday life, we are nurtured by Mother Earth. The vegetables, the meat that you are eating actually coming from the earth. But do you ever think about this Mother Earth who nurture your life? When you consume them, do you respect and honor this Mother Earth? And the third question, if you and your life until this present moment is coming and nurtured by Mother Earth, have you ever expressed your gratitude and thanksgiving to the Mother Earth? Enjoy your time for reflection. My dear brothers and sisters, as you have taken your time to reflect on the three questions, now let us move to our second part. Human spirit within Mother Earth spirit. In this part, I will help us to deepen the common element within Mother Earth and us. In the second part, we will take our time to reflect on the formation of Laudato Si. And the third one, I will give you some meditation. So now let us see the first part, our common element. Our Mother Earth have these four fundamental elements, which is air, water, fire, and soil or earth. These four elements you can find everywhere. The water, the soil where you are standing up, and also the air, which is very important for you. But at the same time, you feel the fire. These four elements were within the Mother Earth, which is give the life within the Mother Earth. But these four elements also are upon this Mother Earth that I have asked you as you observe surrounding you. But these four elements are a very fundamental element that give life to all living things within and upon the earth. So this is first the four elements within the Mother Earth. These four elements also are within our body. It is interesting because in Gestalt theory, first Paris, this medical doctor from Germany, he spent a lot of time in operation of the human body. As he continued to deal with the human body, he found that within the human body there are four elements, important elements, which is carbon, oxygen, water, and sugar. So these four elements actually the element within the human being that coming from the Mother Earth. So we have the Mother Earth has these four elements, and we human also have the same four elements. But this element of human is coming from the Mother Earth. So the common element within this, just to remind all of us that we as a human, we are coming from the Mother Earth. But when we die, we will also enter to this Mother Earth. We are not dying because all these elements will still remain the same, because the element of our body will be in communion with the element of the Mother Earth. And that is the reason why there is no death, because this living energy continue to evolve, transform from one form of life to another form of life. So in this first part, I would say, if you look at the creation story, that human as the latest creation in somehow is highest, because in the Genesis, as we reflect, God who created this earth entrusts this earth to Adam, where Adam is invited to manage this earth is not to overpower the earth, but in reality, we experience that human violated the earth, thinking that he has power over the earth. So this is the conflict that we have in this crisis, ecological crisis that we have. We should, as a human, as the highest creator, we should work with this Mother Earth in communion with the Spirit in order to nurture, to give new life to this earth and all living things. But in reality, we are not doing that. And that is the reason why, let us move to the second part. In Laudato Si, Pope Francis is inviting all of us to care for this Mother Earth. And for me, it is interesting to go in the chapter 6, because in the chapter 6, Pope Francis is inviting all of us, Christian, that we only can develop this attitude of respect to the Mother Earth only through education and spirituality. So let us put this way. In the number 209 till 212, Pope Francis addressed that education for covenant between human and environment is important for all of us. Why? Because honestly, I would to say that we spend most of our energy and time in catechism, in helping our catechumenate, by presenting the idea about heaven, which is an idea very fun. We are invited to teach these children, this young candidate, about the spirituality, the connection with the Mother Earth. That we as a human coming from earth, from the soil, and from the soil also we will return. By teaching our children that they are children of the Mother Earth, then they will honor this Mother Earth. They will respect the Mother Earth as they respect their own mother. In the second one, when we speak about preparing our catechumen to be baptized, when we spoke about baptism, many times we speak about this water, the symbol of water, with the very high ideas or theories. Probably in this present moment, we are invited to help our catechumen to respect what is the real water in everyday life. That water that give life to them, the water that nurture the life of other, the plant and the animals. Because by a good understanding about this water, they will not pollute it, the water that we have. They will conserve the water in a good way. Probably, in my perspective, this is the way we are preparing our catechumen for baptism. It is a way of respecting the sacramental of the Mother Earth, who give this element of water to nurture, to give the life for every living things. So this is what we have on the education. In the number 233 to 240, Pope emphasized the spiritual relation to the Mother Earth. In these numbers, Pope invite all of us to treat the Mother Earth as a divine, that our Mother Earth is a sacred, and we need to develop a respect and honor in relation to the Mother Earth. Because in this Mother Earth, there is the Trinitarian relationship in the universe. The God who created these all living things, and Jesus who come to save the humanity, who spoil this Mother Earth, who destroy this Mother Earth and other human surrounding, and the Holy Spirit that continue to nurture, to guide all of us in this world. It is interesting because in the book of Charles Darwin with the title His Own the origin of a species, Darwin described the human appearance only out of the physical earth. But the French priest, paleontologist Teilhard de Chardin saw the human emerging out of the physical and the spiritual dimension of the earth. So if Darwin is helping us to understand the evolution of this physical world, and Teilhard de Chardin help us to understand the evolution of the spirit that company help to develop the all living things on this earth. So again, we can say that we as a human are invited to connect the spirit within us to the spirit of the Mother Earth, and together we can transform this Mother Earth. We can create this earth as a living place for all living things, where people can share all resources, where people can live in harmony, because we share from the same sources, that is the Mother Earth, and we also nurture by her and continue to grow in her energy, in her soul, in her care. And in the latest part, as a meditation, I would like to give you some meditation in order to prepare yourself for the Christmas, as we are going to welcome Christ Cosmic, which is a theme that we will reflect on the month of December. So I invite you to take your time to have the meditation on the four elements. So when you take your time for meditation, as you are in silence and quiet, you try to be aware of the element of water within you and being connected with the element of the water in the Mother Earth. Let that water cleanse your body. Let be connected with the main source, which is coming from Mother Earth, that continue to nurture you, to give the new life for you. You also can take the element of soil, which is within you, and you be connected with the soil, which is give new life, where all living things come. I believe that as you are being connected with the element of soil of the Mother Earth, you will get the new strength. You will be helped to transform yourself. You also can take from Genesis chapter 1 verses 1 to 7 about the creation story, where you can see the development, reflect and meditate the development of the creation, from the grass, from the tree, from the animals, and finally coming to the creation of yourself. But you also can take from the book of Revelation, as we have reflected. You might taking these verses to meditate last October. You can still take in this time Revelation chapter 12 verses 1 to 17, where you can meditate on the woman against the dragon, where Mother Mary as a symbol of Mother Earth, who will continue to give the new birth of life for our Mother Earth, and whatever forces the dragon or the evil trees will never eliminate this power, the spirit of the Mother Earth that continue to give and nurture their life. I hope that this meditation will help you to prepare yourself for the coming of the Christ